Hello, fifth grade writers. We are going to talk today about how we're going to take our final essay and turn it into our speech for our wax museum. So the first thing you're going to do is either pull out your final draft if it's been printed or pull it up on your iPad. You're going to take a plain piece of notebook paper and just write speech for wax museum. You're going to want to make sure you put your name there as well because we've got lots of students participating. We don't want to get confused. And then essentially what you're going to do is you're going to look at your essay that you wrote and you're going to only pull out what you think would be the most important parts to deliver when you present yourself as the actual person you research. So I'm probably not going to include my hook, but I might start by talking about how I became a very influential leader who fought for the rights of many migrant farmers. Now notice I said I, not Dolores. And that's because when we are giving our speeches at the Wax Museum, we are taking on our characters, our person, as if we were them. We are acting out. So instead of saying Dolores Huerta, I'm going to start with I was one of the most influential leaders who fought for the rights of many migrant farmers. In my speech, the whole thing is going to be I, as if I am actually Dolores Huerta. So I'm going to take from my first paragraph my thesis statement, and I'm going to change it into a first person statement. So I'm going to write out I was one of, and I'm not going to take time on this video to write out the whole thing, but you get the drift. I was one of the most influential leaders who fought for the rights of many migrant farmers. And I'm going to actually write that on my notebook paper for my speech. I was one of the most, and then we'll continue. Then I'm going to go to my next paragraph. And I'm going to pick out what was the most important thing from this paragraph that I'm going to want to share with people who come to visit me at the Wax Museum. So I might choose, I was born on April 10th, 1930 in Dawson, New Mexico. My parents divorced when I was 3 years old, and my mother moved to Stockton, California. Do you see how I'm just changing this from third person to first person? And I might want to even add a little bit more about how I saw horrible discrimination in 1945 at the end of World War II, where white men brutally beat my brother for wearing a popular Latino fashion. Because that's a really important part of her life and probably what inspired her to be a leader in fighting for migrant worker rights. And then I'm just going to keep going. Again, I don't need to copy down my entire essay in first person form. I'm simply going to take my most important details and I'm going to transfer them onto my piece of notebook paper. This is going to be my speech. So to be clear, fifth graders, we are not going to be reading our essays at our Wax Museum. We are going to change our essay into a first person speech. We're going to pick the most important parts from each paragraph of our essay and redo it onto a speech. All right, good luck, fifth graders. We know you'll do great.